Hi everyone, my name's Tamara and I'm going to be doing today the Capricorn Life Reading for the next 3 months. And this is a very powerful day today with the 1111 portal. It's the 11th of the 11th. So this is going to be very good because we know that Pluto is still in Capricorn doing the last of the stirring up and changing of the conformity of Capricorn, the conformity of everything in our lives that now does not serve us. So let's just get on with it because this is going to be, I think, a very powerful read here. These are the Goddess Oracle cards, and I'm just going to adjust the camera as I usually do so that you can actually see the cards with me. That should be good, I think. And this is the 9-card life reading lay that I do with my one-to-one clients. So we've already done the 11 shuffles, which recently they've told me I should be doing. And again, it's that master builder number, but that I can do 3 in front of the camera here so that you know I'm really shuffling these cards. And they're not preset in any way. Let's ask Spirit to come in here and help us with giving Capricorn sun sign, ascendant and moon the best information we can for their next 3 months, which is going to be very, very important because of the changes that are coming in, both with the earth cleansing and to the conformity of our planet, so that we now align with the spirituality that should be here and will be here, is already here, but we are multiplying it. Let's take the first card here. Are we surprised? A lot of Capricorns right now feel like the victim, and this is coming out as the first card. You know, the last reading we did, Taurus, I think it was, yes, the first of the earth signs, and they had this in the middle. Don't be surprised if it comes up for the, we're now on the 8th sign, so I think we have 4 more to do. And this is about our growth. We cannot go forward in the way we need to go to work with our new world. The new earth will be there. It's being done for us. The cleansing is coming in, all of the extreme weather using the 4 elements. But we bring in the new world. A lot of people are very confused about this, thinking that it's all going to be done for them, that they're just going to ascend either off the planet or they're going to ascend naturally into a more higher level state. This is hard work. And this is where the victim card comes in. And this is saying this is what the whole thing is about for Capricorns. The first card always tells us what the reading is about. So it's about turning that victim into your power chamber of who you really are. Because Capricorns are feeling the pressure from what is going on with Pluto having returned for the last time for 250 years. Yes, you got that right. 250 years. It's not going back into Capricorn. It's going into Aquarius on the 21st, which is, I think, 6 days after the full moon. And it will stay in Aquarius, bringing in and powering the energy for us. So we have all the help we need coming from Pluto in Aquarius for 20 years. Second card here is the way that Capricorns, when they're in doubt, when they're in their negative, when they're in their shadow, they go into full shadow of misuse of power and misuse of pleasure in their lives. So they end up twisting all of this stuff in order to get satisfaction, which isn't satisfaction at all. It's just very 3D Addictions are one of the main things that happen here, because it's done on the lower level from the shadow for a reason, that they don't feel healed. They have not opened their hearts. They may have opened their hearts a little bit, but they certainly haven't if they're still in this shadow. And this has given us, this is the last call for Capricorns to heal this. They have all the power until the 21st in their sign to help them heal it. And this is a Hestia, the home and hearth card. And this is about finding that in yourself. And I mean, it is useful also to return to the home and spend more time at home, so that you're not out in the wild, wild world that we have, which is a bit like the wild, wild west out there at the moment, actually. So this may be on the physical as well, but it's mainly on the subtle, to return to the home of the Capricorn self. And to be able to sit with that and understand that earthiness of that, but also the power in the discipline. Because the disciplines have gone awry here with the victim card and all of the addictions on the useless misuse of power things that are happening for Capricorn. And they've happened all over our planet. You've just got to look worldwide to see. If you go into the systems that run things at the moment, they are so corrupt. And they are an addiction of the elite, an addiction of the corporate world. So return back to the home of yourself. Begin to meditate. I sound like a never-ending record when I say that, but it is the guts of our whole journey, is to be able to calm the monkey manos mind, so that we can really go into self, hear intuition, hear that small still voice. You cannot do that unless you start to master that voice in your head. So going into meditation in your home space, make a sacred space for yourself in your home. This is where, can quite totally see this. This is where everything has to come to a head. This is the opportunity, Capricorns, to bring it all to a head. If you miss this opportunity before Pluto, and don't do this before Pluto exits your sign, it's going to be harder and harder. I think Capricorns are going to be some of the hardest people to pull from the boundaries. I was saying in one of my little chats on air that we have a lot of people who are slowly going out to the boundaries because they can't stand the heat of the higher energies coming in. And Capricorns are going to have real trouble if they don't do the core of the work now until the 21st. And that's a good amount of time. You've got 10 days there? It is possible to do that. Do an intensive with yourself, because this is the opportunity. The card in the middle, and I love this for Capricorns, because when they are in their higher selves, they have the discipline. They find it easier than others to have discipline. It's just that it goes into the wrong areas. It goes into being disciplined of blocking their hearts and coming out as this intellectual, left brain, logical person for a lot of them. And they have control. And then within that control, we know there's that power card, they manipulate. But this is the perfection. This is where we want to get them to. And remember, we all have Capricorn in our chart somewhere. This is about the flowing order of the god or the goddess, the emperor or the empress. There she sits. But it's flowing order. It does not sit with conformity, straight lines, straight left and right, right and wrong, black and white. None of that there. This is flowing with the higher energies into the flow. And you're disciplined to bring about that state and to sit within it and demand of yourself to be in this flow state. So that's the card that's mastering the center of this reading. Let's put the fluorite for focus. I don't know whether you know this, but I mean, I have a lot of fluorite around. I have this when I'm working as well, and when I go out to work. This is focusing your mind, so that even though you are a meditator, you can always stay very focused, whatever happens. Very good one to have a smaller piece than this. This is quite a chunk. Have a small piece and keep it in your pocket. You will feel the difference. And this is interesting because when we're in that flow state, look at this, and this is sitting under the victim. This is the childlike, playful state. And this is what doesn't happen when you're in that victim. But you can so easily, when you go into flow state and you're meditating, because the Hester home state here, going into the home of yourself, is in that diagonal, bringing about that universal order within yourself, that flow state, being in the zone. And then it's so easy to be playful, to laugh, to have joy in your heart, and to come from that healed universal child, not the sick inner child in despair because you have not healed everything that happened to you when you were a child. We're going to have to go through the next 4 signs, I think it is, that I haven't done yet. And they're all going to come out with a version of healing for that sign. And I'm loving this because this is so designed for the way Capricorns need to understand their journey. And that it is about discipline, but it's about discipline in the right way for the right things. And to bring about the right result. And underneath that victim, when we change that victim, look at that line down there. We become the playful, universal child. And we're also in our selfhood. And this is Artemis, the warrior, the spiritual warrior. She would never pick up that bow and arrow unless she knew she was going to hit the target. She is so on point. He is so on point. But he's not on point in a dogmatic, shadow Capricorny way. He is on point and she is on point in the flow, the zone, with the healed universal child backing them every inch of the way. And this diagonal now here is that home space, doing the healing, the meditation, the home space within yourself, the flowing order of the Emperor and the Empress, and the spiritual warrior. How powerful is that line there? This is so wonderful. Let's see. And then we have the love. We can't make this up, can we? We need the love. And the love doesn't come, not the pure love, not the real love. We're not just talking about sexuality here or friendship or companionship because you can't be alone, you're codependent. We're talking about love. Love that exists on that card it's sitting under, which is the Emperor and Empress. You know, the healed power on the top there and pleasure. It's coming from a higher point now. And we have the spiritual warrior to the right. And what do we have in this last card? We need to power this one out for perfection, for Cancerians on their path and all the healing that needs to be done. A 10-day intensive we're giving you, Capricorns. What do you need? And you need the sensuality that comes out. Now, this is totally different. This is for masculines and feminine. And it's when we have the sensuality, not of like raw sexuality with no heart. This is heart. This is heart sensuality and how our bodies flow differently, how we feel different, how we dress different, how we touch different when we are in our true sensuality. And that comes, look at this trio here. This is brilliant for Capricorns because it comes from the spiritual warrior, the eternal love, the love that comes through lifetimes and produces us in this state of fully being with our divine feminine, whether we are masculine or feminine. because we have both. But can you see this? We've got the masculine spiritual warrior here, and we've got the divine feminine here. And they're soft. They're soft in the flow. They're soft in the zone. They flow with it. They come from the temple of the Empress and Emperor. And they have love in the middle that holds all of this together because they've already done the healing and opened their heart. And this is the trio that comes up at the end of this 10-day intensive, Capricorns. Come on, be with me here. We need you, Capricorns. Excuse me, because you bring in the discipline for yourself, but you bring in the discipline for others when you're around. But now it cannot be dogmatic. It cannot be manipulating. It cannot be controlling. It has to be in free flow. I love this reading. Let's see what's underneath. We already have the victim card out here. We don't have Sheila Nagig here yet with all the dark secrets. So what's coming? No, it's not Sheila Nagig. This is creativity, inspiration. And actually this is the creativity card. I have to get my glasses here actually. I always get these two confused because they're very similar in how they appear in our lives and how they fuel us, but this is creativity. This is what's watching over. With all that dogmatic control and misuse of power and creativity and even relationships going into the addiction side, you cannot come out with pure creativity. So this is giving you back if you complete this 10-day intensive that I'm suggesting for you, because Pluto comes out of Capricorn on the 21st of November. So do the best you can now, Capricorns, because we need you in your position. Remember, we have 12 signs of the zodiac that need to stand up in what I'm always saying to you. I was told this in 1991 when I channeled the first books about what was going to happen now. And I was told it's like this link, this chain that goes around. It's not a chain of control, it's a chain of survival. And it's a chain of all different links. And we're made up of the 12 zodiac signs. We cannot do this completely in the right way and as quick as we need to do it without Capricorns coming through now and dropping the dogma. I hope you enjoyed this read. Next time, next week, I hope on Sunday, we're going to be doing Virgo, which is the last of the earth, and then we go on to the fire signs. And we'll be complete and then start again with Libra, because we need to do 3-month readings now to give people the incentive to do. And I'm asking to be given the work that they need to do, because this isn't about just floating into the next stage. Get rid of all that spiritual bypassing where people are actually saying it's just all love and light from here. Well, it is, but only if you've done the work. It's a bit like the ayahuasca journey. You know, I've had so much to do with people who got caught into the drift of the ayahuasca thing and thinking that if they just keep paying out money, let's do it every month, let's get high, let's do this, let's do that, because we're having these amazing experiences. They're being shown what they need to work with, and it comes through magnificently. If you do a journey on ayahuasca, magic mushrooms, we used to do, well, I did the one trip, the 8-hour major trip of LSD in 1973. And it opened up chambers and showed me where I was really at. I went on to heal my inner child over those years. It took a while because we didn't have the higher energies that we have now. But people now just get addicted to ayahuasca. They get addicted to magic mushrooms. Just like in the 80s and 90s when everybody around me was addicted to dope, telling me that they were seeing the truth. They were not seeing the truth. They were in an anesthetized state, which made them very full of self in the wrong way. I had to ask people to stop dope for at least 3 days before I could even do their life reading in the end, because they were so anesthetized. And we're getting the same now. I've met some incredible people who are so addicted to the ayahuasca journey and think it's healing them. I have never, in my 40 odd years of working with other people across the world, seen anybody that got healed by any of these drugs or plant medicine. It does not heal you. It shows you what you need to work on. It's so powerful at that. But you do not need to keep going back. You may do it as a 1 year like ceremony, you know, one time a year. But to keep going back thinking I need another hit is wrong. It's not how it was given to us in this world, in this natural world. I have to say that because recently I've been dealing with people again, and it's just the big lie that we tell ourselves if we get involved in that circle. There's a lot of cycles and circles that you can get involved in here that are not on the main path. They are ones to show us. They're like a wheel within a wheel, right? And all those other wheels now, getting the meditation, you know, into your system and doing it, getting it as a regular positive habit, and then going and doing the inner child processing on my fast track to cosmic consciousness, say twice a week. That's how I normally do it with clients. Twice a week, do that 20-minute processing. Do the now exercise. Get it as an alarm. That's on the same fast track. Get it as an alarm. It's 1 minute, 4 times a day. Who can't manage that? Anyway, I know people find all this difficult. They want to just keep hanging into the wheel of the 3D, thinking it's all going to be done for them, and it isn't. Don't be disappointed at the end of this. You know, when you keep thinking that and hanging on to that wheel of 3D, hanging on to that wheel of magically you're going to take some plant medicine and it's going to heal you. No way. So let's get down to the real work for the next 3 months, Capricorns. Thank you for listening. Please like the video. It really helps me with the channel, and I want to get out this information to more and more people. Let's see if we can just shine the camera. Let's see if we can get the picture. So bye for now, and thank you for allowing me into your sacred space. I'm just going to do the 3 lines here as well. Thank you. Bye for now.